bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. We are back today with the Max Cushion Gang activities, comparing 3 of Nike's Max Cushion beasts. I'm going to let you know what each of these is best for, whether or not you should add it to the rotation, what the strengths and weaknesses are, all that good stuff. Now, if you're looking for a new Max Cushion shoe, you are in the right place because it's the Don of the Max Cushion Gang. But an even better place would be the Supwell app. And the Supwell app is my app. It's the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace out there. You could get a shoe like the Nike Vomero Plus at a really good discount because someone might buy it, put a run on it, or it's even a backup pair. They try it on, it doesn't fit for them, so they sell it well below MSRP and pass along a deal to a hobby jogger. We also have the best training community, people being supportive, sharing their goals, getting after it, just embracing the high mileage mindset, the grind set of slugging it out and getting better. So if that's the type of stuff that you want to associate with, get in with us and enjoy today's video. Young Thug, man. Young Thug is back. UI Scooty is apparently a very large star and is also what he named his album. And the intro has got to be, I don't know about best, but just wildest. One of the wildest rap intros I've ever heard. The first half of it is a clip from court where he takes some sort of guy working for the prosecution advocating that he should not be released on bond, and then he just starts flowing crazy and saying, "I'm calling my ops." Just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So Young Thug back in vintage peak form. That song made me laugh. A lot of this stuff is good. The thing is, a lot of the rap albums, if you either had a near-death experience like Boldy James, or you had incarceration like Rio the Young OG or Young Thug, you're gonna come out with a fire album. Anyway, Nike, what is this thing called? Vomero Premium. This was freed from the prison of the Nike Research and Development Department. Finally, after years of being worked on, they've unleashed this beast to the world. And I also think Nike might be finally unshackling itself from the dungeons of mediocrity. So that could be another time where we're seeing somebody escape from a sort of what would the word be? Persecuted situation? Yeah, Nike is, I think, for a long time, up until this year, they didn't have a real Max Cushion shoe. They weren't a top tier brand. Now, they have 3 really interesting Max Cushion shoes, so this does not need to be a long video, but I get this question a lot. Can you compare the Vomero Premium and Vomero Plus? Can you compare the Pegasus Premium and the Pegasus Plus? Can you compare the Pegasus Premium and the Vomero Premium? So why don't we just knock it out all in one video? These are 3 of Nike's most expensive Max Cushion shoes. They all use versions of similar technology. So $180 in the Vomero Plus. You have $230 in the Vomero Premium, and I think this is $210 in the Pegasus Premium. Is $210 or $220. Now, let's start with the cheapest one. I'm going to go through these one by one and tell you what they're best for and tell you who should get each. So this is the cheapest. This is the Vomero Plus. This is $180. The technology that this has is 100% ZoomX foam in the midsole. There's no plate. There's no dual foam. There's no stiffening agent. There's no nothing. So gimmick-free shoe. You just get a tall stack of the foam. It looks great, by the way. I really like this colorway. Also, fun fact, I actually have a second pair of this. Is the shoe so mid? I had to get it twice. I actually got a second pair from my boss because she got me and my team Nikes because we won some projects. So, and she wanted to get matching ones with me. So we both got all white Vomero Plus. So I actually have 2 pairs of this B plus shoe. Anyway, yeah, I did give this shoe a B plus because to me it doesn't represent the best of the best. However, it is a very capable shoe. It's super comfortable when you put it on. The reason why I haven't elevated up to the top tier shoes for me is because it does have the 10 millimeter drop, and the foam is just, somebody actually summed this up in a comment perfectly. I think it was on Instagram. They said it feels too bulky and clunky to be a daily trainer, and it's not necessarily an excessively bulky and clunky shoe, but for me it just feels like overkill for a daily trainer. When I'm reaching for something for an everyday run, maybe I want to go faster. Today I was on the treadmill and I used the Puma Magnify Nitro 3. I am recording this on Friday because we're going apple picking tomorrow. So that's the type of shoe that I would typically go for. Something like the Magnify Nitro 3, the bless me, I thought I was 100% recovered. I'm 98% recovered from this COVID situation. But the more miles I run, the stronger I get. Yeah, it's a lot of foam underfoot for a shoe for me to use as a daily trainer, and then it's really bouncy and almost too aggressive to use as a recovery shoe for me personally. But a lot of people out there do like it as just a do-it-all cruising shoe. It's very comfortable, it has bounce, and I think for most people out there, this is going to be the best one out of these 3. If you're only going to get one shoe, and if you're the type of person who only has one running shoe at a time, this is the perfect shoe for that. And we have to think about the different qualities that people look for based on how they're using these shoes. For somebody like me, and yeah, I run a lot of miles, but even if you're running 40 miles a week, 50 miles a week, if you're even thinking about how many miles you are running per week, is likely that you have a rotation and you have more specialized shoes for the runs. And back when I was running 3 or 4 days a week, I wasn't thinking about weekly mileage. I was just thinking about the days of the week that I was running, and they were all just going out there and trying to cruise or trying to rip, right? So that's more what this is, and I think that's been the biggest critique with Nike's trainers, training shoes in general. They feel like they're more engineered for somebody who wants that one shoe to do it all, not necessarily a cushioned max stack behemoth to use as a recovery shoe during marathon training. I love you. Give me some sort of a sassy look. So that is this thing. Some people do like it for a recovery shoe for marathon training, but mostly do-it-all type of daily shoe in a higher stack formulation. I would think of this almost like a higher stack Nova Blast or an Evo SL that is more comfort oriented and not as fast. And yes, the Evo SL, I'm not one of the people who think the Evo SL is the best shoe of all time, but it is a really good shoe with a lightweight and a good foam. So that's where I am on this thing. It's a great shoe for a lot of people. If you have a rotation, if you want the most specialized shoe out there, not going to be the pick for you. Also with the 10 millimeter drop, it can feel funky at certain times for certain foot strikes. Now, I do know that bigger runners like this more, and people who don't mind crushing down on this heel to work with the platform like it more. Good elements of it too, though, very lightweight for how much stack you get. So it's well above 40 millimeters in the back at around 300 grams. So a good stack to weight ratio. Upper is super comfortable. The fit of the toe box is super comfortable. And there is some weirdness just because the 10 millimeter drop, but once you get it going, it smooths out, and it is a very capable long run shoe. My favorite run that I did in this was a 23-mile long run at a relaxed pace. It took about 3 hours. So I think also if you're looking for a Nike for a marathon or long run marathon training and you're not too concerned with having something super speedy, this is a great pick. So that's the Vomero Plus. This is the best all around for most people, the best beginner shoe out of these. And the shoe that I would pick for, I think, if I were picking one of these to do long runs all the time, it would be the Vomero Plus. Now, let us go to the Pegasus Premium. So technology in this shoe. You have the top layer of ZoomX foam, so same foam in name as what's in this. I actually don't know if it's the same exact formulation because they call everything ZoomX. This could be more of the race version of ZoomX. It actually kind of looks like it's the race version of ZoomX with the crinkles. But regardless, top layer is ZoomX. The middle here, you get the full length air unit. It's like they took the pod from the Alpha Fly and stretched it out to go across the entirety of the shoe, and then a bottom layer of React X. Now, this is not a lightweight shoe, and it's ironic because it's in the Pegasus line. It's the Pegasus Premium, and it's supposed to be the responsive lineup. So the way that they've oriented these new 3 silos in the core training lineup, they have Pegasus for responsiveness or bounce, they have Vomero for cushion and comfort, and they have Structure for stability and support. This is not a fast shoe. This is not a particularly responsive shoe. What it does have is a really fun ride and a fun bounce and the most unique experience. So if you're looking for something totally different, that would be this thing here. The stability is not good though. It feels very wobbly in the back. There is a lot of weirdness to it, and it's just one of these shoes that I liked it, and I did do a 100-mile week in it, and I did a treadmill marathon, 26.2 miles on the treadmill in it, but it wouldn't be my pick for consistently doing high mileage training or consistently knocking out 20-mile long runs. It's a shoe that I'll pick occasionally for some fun mileage. It could be a cool tool to have in the arsenal, but this is one of those shoes where it's really going to make the most sense if you have a rotation of shoes and you want something fun for miles here and there. Or alternatively, if you are looking for something that just looks really cool and you want to run occasionally. So it's almost like this is good for people on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. On one side, for people who aren't running all that much and you want a shoe to run in occasionally, is great. And then for people all the way on the other end of the spectrum, if you have 5, 6, 7 shoes and you want something to run in occasionally, is great. I really liked it, but again, I have so many shoes. It's not going to be my desert island pick. If I had to pick one of these to be my desert island shoe, it's not going to be the premium from the Pegasus Premium. It would probably be Vomero Plus or Vomero Premium. So good qualities of it, very bouncy, very energetic, super protective ride, and it has this gelatinous sensation where it just rolls you through the platform. Not a lightweight shoe. It's one of the heavier shoes at 350 grams, but the upper is nice and lightweight. It feels good on foot. It looks cool. Downsides really comes down to the implementation of the air unit, and it would be cool to see a Pegasus Premium 2 and how they improve that, but the main thing is the feeling in the back here, just that instability. It's almost like holding this in my hand. I can feel my ankle getting pain because when I did that high mileage week, I was feeling it by the end, just the repetitive instability. It does work the ankle more. So I guess if you need to strengthen your ankles, go ahead and run in the Pegasus Premium. And then the other downside is the front here. The way that they've stopped this air unit right before the front and then having all this rubber, it just has this hard toe-off feel. It's not the smoothest how they've done this. So in effect, that makes it a better shoe for landing flat-footed or heel striking. It's not a shoe for gripping and ripping up in the front. Most definitely not a workout shoe. It is a fun, bouncy, innovative product. I love that they have this because it's a great display of the air technology, and it is an air shoe that you can really run in. Man, I put this through the paces and it stood up well. It's just once you get past that, wow, this is a really cool experience. For me, I would just rather have something simple and more reliable than this. So that is the Pegasus Premium. Awesome shoe if you are looking for the latest and greatest in technology, or if you want something that just looks really cool and provides a unique ride. Now, let's go to the king of the current Nike training lineup. This is the Vomero Premium Max Stack Behemoth Young Contraption. That's what I've been calling this thing. It's an absolute contraption. It just feels like running on top of technology. And so with the sequence of how they released these, the Pegasus Premium came out first. This was earlier this year. And then the Vomero Plus this summer. And then this thing. And I think with each of these releases, the expectations were levied on these shoes that they would be the second coming of Jesus Christ, that they were supposed to be the new Invincible, that it would be the shoe to go into the ASICS headquarters and murder the Super Blast in cold blood. That was not the case with any of these. However, the Vomero Premium has done the best job at carrying forward the spirit of that Nike Invincible. And what you have to remember is Nike pioneered non-plated max cushion race foam comfort with the Invincible. They were the first brand to give us the crazy bounce in a training shoe. And they also invented the modern race foam with ZoomX, right? So Nike has a lot of history when it comes to this, and they're a brand for a long time now. We can say, gosh dang, 5 years, that seems like they're resting on their legacy more. And I would actually love to see them come with a new foam. ZoomX is great, but we're getting to the point now where the brands have just gone so far beyond, and maybe call it ZoomX 2.0 if you want to hold on to what ZoomX is, but they got to give us something different. So this here is not anything totally unique. The design philosophy of it is just hilarious to me. It's just, let's give them what they want. Let's give the people more stack. Let's give them more foam. You think the one air unit in the Alpha Fly is cool? Well, we're going to raise that and double it and give you 2 in the Vomero Premium. So this is a very fun shoe to run in. It is super comfortable. What I was expecting, though, was not actually or exactly what it delivered, because with this coming out first, the Pegasus Premium, I thought that the Vomero Premium would be a bouncier, faster, just more high mileage tuned version of this. It is not. They are 2 completely different ride experiences. They don't even feel like they're in the same family. So that's the thing to remember. And it all comes down to the air units. These are very different air units. So again, look at this in the Pegasus Premium. It's about 10 millimeters thick, this air unit, and it runs the entirety of the platform. You can also see here, it has these tensile fibers that are laid out in 3s. They're 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and they're grouped like that throughout the entire platform. Now, if we take a look at the air unit here, in the Vomero Premium, and the sun is really blasting this guy right now, but take a look at this. Those air units are different. You don't have the tensile fibers in here. And I also did this in the first run review of the Vomero Premium, so you could take a look at that video. But it's almost like it's the soft side of Velcro. That's what the inside of these looks like. The soft side of Velcro. People have been telling me this is the same type of air unit that they use in the track spikes. So regardless of what it is different. It's an entirely different technology than what's in the Pegasus Premium. The Pegasus Premium feels more like it's designed for impact absorption, and that's why it's not a very fast shoe. Yet you get the bounce from compressing the air, and then it releases you back up, but it doesn't feel very quick. Whereas this one, it's less about the compression and more about the rebound. It feels like this is a firmer, just a stiffer effect in here. And where I keep landing on this shoe is the innovative aspect of it is Nike has figured out how to introduce a stiffening agent into a running shoe that is not a plate, because a plastic plate and a carbon plate, they hold the platform together, but they provide this really stiff feel. That's the entire point. With this, it's like a plate that's soft. So you have the 2 layers of foam, top and bottom, and then you have this stiffening agent that's not actually stiff. You have a stiffening agent that's providing the bounce and the rebound. Now, it is not a super duper soft shoe. It's not a Neo Zen, it's not a Neo Vista, it's not a More V6, thankfully. It's not a 1080 V13. The ZoomX in here is decently soft, and I actually think this is the best version of training ZoomX we've seen in a while. It's decently soft and it's decently bouncy, but it's not too squishy. So this is the best one out of these for just pure comfort cruising. Very capable, high mileage training shoe. I've been enjoying it for my afternoon runs. It's 100% overkill for most people. Again, if you're just looking for one shoe to go out there and get some miles in, the Vomero Plus is fine, and I would even go for something from another brand, probably like the Nimbus, or I don't know, the Ghost Max 3 might even be more preferable to me, or the Hoka Bandai. But yeah, this thing is the king of comfort and cruising. It's like a luxury car, man. It's the Cadillac Escalade or the Lincoln Navigator. Saying it's the Hummer EV. It's just a ridiculous product that nobody actually needs, but it is super fun and comfortable. Other good things, tons of padding on the upper. They said, to heck with any considerations of weight. Let us just stuff this with all the padding in the world. So you get a super thick tongue here, super thick, pillowy back end right here, and just tons of foam, 55 millimeters. So this is the most protective one. This is the one that's going to pamper your legs the most. It also does have the same 10 millimeter drop as the Vomero Plus, but it doesn't feel like it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because it has a ridiculous amount of foam in here, but it very much feels like a 6 or a 5 millimeter drop shoe. You also, by the way, do get this plastic heel clip in the back. I have zero stability issues with this shoe. So very stable, which is surprising, but I think, again, it's because these air units, you think it's gonna be this unstable, wobbly thing running on air. No, they provide stability and structure, and then they have the plastic heel clip. So stability out of this guy, the best. The comfort and the protection out of this guy, the best. Also not a fast shoe. None of these are fast shoes. I think maybe the Vomero Plus would be my pick if I had to pick one of these to run fast in, just because that's the lightest weight. But this is all about the comfort and just taking the burden off, taking the impact off. That's the secret sauce with this thing. If you're a person who feels like running puts a lot of wear and tear on your joints, then yeah, this is gonna be a game-changing shoe for you. It is game-changing protection. For me, this is where I keep landing on it. I'm good with a Nimbus. I'm good with a Mag Max, right? The next level up, is that really necessary? Do we need a more protective Mag Max? For me, no, I don't need it. It's fun to check it out and to run it though. So great shoe right here. Overkill for most people, but if you want the most protective thing possible, then you are really gonna like this. I think the official global release I saw was October 2nd. I think I saw that on Instagram. So coming soon. Yeah, I really like it. It's a thumbs up. I'll have the 100-mile review coming soon as well, where we can dive into all the comparisons, all the nitty-gritty, but I've been using it as my recovery running shoe, and it's a good one. So just to sum it up, Vomero Plus, if you're looking for one shoe to do everything and you want something that's comfortable where you can also pick up the pace, that would be this thing. If you're looking for the most innovative, the most unique, wacky, fun ride, or something that just looks cool, that would be the Pegasus Premium. And then if you're looking for a max cushion recovery tank, if you're running high mileage, or you just want to pamper your legs, if you're on your feet all day, this is also the one to get wifey for Christmas. I actually got Charlie a pair. Shout out to my guy Josh Spivey, who came through with the bada boom bada bang. That's the new plug, and I was able to get Charlie a pair, and she's been absolutely loving it. We might have to pull up at the school fall festival in the matching Vomero Premiums, just flex on these low mileage on wearing parents. Who are you calling small? Don't play with me. All right, that is all I have for you today. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. All this mean mugging mileage talk, scaring the neighbors. It's the Max Cushion Gang done. Stacking mileage and stacking paper. I told you I'll be back like the Terminator. And I might run for governor after this. Schwarzenegger. Ah, don't play with me.